Welcome to our channel. How many days in Moscow is enough? It's not a trick question. Check our day-by-day guide for a self-guided tour that can help you get around on your own, by foot or using the Moscow metro. You can spend your whole life in Moscow and still discover a new site every day. There are so many interesting things. We have put together a plan of what to see over a weekend, a few days, or even a full week. What to see in Moscow in one day? Red Square, Alexander Garden, Arbat. If you only have one day in Moscow, choose the traditional road. Exit at metro station Охотный ряд, Театральная or Площадь Революции, and head straight to the Red Square. Before entering the square, you will see the so-called Kilometer Zero. They say that any wish here comes true. Here we can most likely see the crowd-favorite impersonators, the Stalin and Lenin, and who knows, maybe even Putin. Entrance to the square is open around the year and free, except for the morning of May the 9th, its Victory Parade Day, and a few other special events. It's better to come here in the morning. You will have more time to check out the mausoleum, museums and cathedrals. Red Square frequently becomes a temporary home for various activities: concerts, book fairs, Christmas markets. Oh, and in winter there is even an ice rink there. For visiting the Kremlin itself, it's better to reserve at least half a day. The territory inside is huge. Get to the entrance through the Alexandrovsky Sad, Alexander Garden, right to the glass house ticket offices. To get to the main pedestrian street called Arbat, after you are finished with the Kremlin, cross the road to the north of Alexander Garden via an underground pass and go across Воздвиженка Street for about 5 minutes. Along the way, stop by the Lenin State Library. What to see in Moscow in 2 days? Зарядье парк, Никольская стрит, Большой theater, Тверская стрит. The new Зарядье Park, stretched along the Moscow River, is definitely worth visiting. Huge Russian birch, walk around the floating bridge and find yourself inside a real ice cover. The closest metro station to visit the park is Китай-город. Exit the park in the direction of the GUM shopping mall and walk through the inner gallery, but be warned, no one has ever left GUM without tasting their legendary ice cream, and you will get to another pedestrian street called Nikolskaya. You can't miss it. It's full of tourists, street musicians and cafes. Go downstairs to the Площадь Революции, and across the road you will see the Большой theater. Read about how it got its name. And here is how you can get there. On the right side of the Большой, you can find the luxury ЦУМ shopping mall. On the left, you will find Большая Дмитровка street with many nice places for coffee and or lunch. If you are still up for more walking, stroll all the way up Tverskaya Street to the Mayakovskaya metro station and go to the left along the Садовое кольцо or Garden Ring road. You will see the Tchaikovsky Conservatory, the Bulgakov Museum and its guard Behemoth the cat, and after another left turn you will find Patriarchie пруды, considered the most popular area among expats. Going further along the garden ring, you will see the planetarium and the Moscow Zoo, Still feel your feet? Follow along the Krasnaya Presnya street, and in 20 minutes or so you will see the Moscow city skyscrapers and be able to get a closer look at them. What to see in Moscow in 3 days? Museums: the Cathedral of Christ the Survivor, Red October. Get off at the Borovitskaya or Kropotkinskaya metro stations and check out some of Moscow's museums, including its most famous one, the State Pushkin Museum of Fine Arts. Along Volkhonka Street you will find the Храм Христа Спасителя, Cathedral of Christ the Savior, Russia's largest Orthodox cathedral. Admission is free, but you must follow the dress code. You can also get to the observation desk at the top of the cathedral for small fee. The view from the top is breathtaking. Behind the cathedral there is the pedestrian Patriarchy Most, which offers spectacular views to the Kremlin and the giant monument of Peter the Great. The bridge leads to the Bolotny Ostrov, Bolotny Island, which was home to the former Red October candy factory. Now the area is gentrified and filled with trendy cafes, creative spaces and offices. Walk across another bridge and you will find yourself on Kadashevskaya embankment. The State Tretyakov Gallery, with all its masterpieces of Russian art, is in walking distance to your right, when facing the Cathedral of Christ the Savior, and Museum Park is to your left. What to see in Moscow in 5 days? Museum, Gorky Park, Vorobyovy Hills, cable car. The nearest metro stations to the museum are Oktyabrskaya or Park Kultury. There is another department of the Tretyakov Gallery here, which hosts more modern and contemporary collections. The park itself is a mix of bike lanes, fountains and artworks sold in the open air. The end of Museum Park marks the very beginning of the famous Gorky Park, Парк культуры и отдыха имени Горького, where you can easily spend the whole day. Contemporary art fans should visit the Garage Museum. Sport enthusiasts can rent a skateboard or a bike in the park and ride along the beautiful embankment to the Vorobyovy Gory or Vorobyovy Hills. It takes up to 20 minutes and 1 hour by foot. In summer, you can take a riverboat. On Vorobyovy Hills, climb to the observation desk next to the Moscow State University and then take a ride on the cable car across the Moscow River down to the Luzhniki Stadium. In summer, you can walk along the stadium's roof. You can go back to the same way to the Vorobyovy Gory metro station or walk from the stadium to Sportivnaya station in about 15 minutes. What to see in Moscow in a week? VDNH, Victory Park, Moscow Estates. Then it's time to go beyond the city center. All fans of Soviet monumental architecture should visit the place called VDNH. The nearest metro station bears the same name. This is a huge themal park where you can see impressive exhibition pavilions and ride the unique Moscow public transport monorail. And you know what? The entrance is free. The park can lead you all the way to the Botanicheский сад or Botanical Garden. Another option for an extra day in Moscow is to visit the Poklonnaya Gora or Poklonnaya Hill, where the Park Pobedy, Victory Park, is located, one of the largest World War II memorial complexes. Find the metro station with the same name. Park Победы, and you won't get lost. In the south of Moscow you can visit Tsaritsino and Kolomenskaya parks. Again, look for the metro namesakes with former Tsar's palaces. In the east of Moscow there is also the beautiful old noble estate Kuskovo, surrounded with forest. Oddly, the closest metro station is not called Kuskovo, but Ryazansky Prospect. You can also find the Izmailova Park, Partizanskaya metro station, which has its own Kremlin. Look for the short day trip around Moscow. Check out where to go here. You can find it in another video on our channel. Thank you for your attention. We would appreciate your likes, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Bye.